What did you discover at Oakbourne?
Well, the police had reports from all over the place on a man and a boy seen together. They completed their investigation on the sightings only this morning.
With what result?
Useless. None bore the slightest resemblance to the boy or the German master.
Excellent. This mass of mistaken sightings, Watson, it confirms my suspicion. I don't believe they used the road. That powerful curiosity of quiet places would surely have found them out. I don't think they used the road at all.
Yeah, but the bicycle.
A good cyclist does not need a road, Watson. The moor is intersected with paths. And remember, the moon was at the full. No, it is to the north that our quest must lie. You have done well, Watson. Dinner soon, you'll be happy to hear. But I do have just one point on which I need to be satisfied. Herr Heidegger's room. 10 minutes.
Mr. Holmes has been delving into the origins of the Holderness family. Like many ancient lines, it sprang from a very muddy source.
Muddy, Doctor?
Well, not to be too delicate about it, they were cattle thieves. A warrior class, ingenious, daring, but the basis of their wealth was running off with other people's cows. Holmes even tells me that the Holderness has furnished one of the madder members of the Hell Fire Club.
What is the matter, Dr. Huxtable?
It is nothing.
There is clearly something.
I expect too much, I'm sure. It is a fault, I'm sure.
Tell us your expectations.
I do not expect miracles. I think I am not a man who demands the miraculous. But you have discovered nothing. We have advanced not a jot since the moment we left London. Although, indeed, that is not true. You have discovered two things, both falsehoods. One, a squalid piece of gossip. And the other, an apocryphal and insulting fancy about the origins of my great patron. I did not implore you to come here to blacken the name of the Holdernesses, Mr. Holmes.
Calm yourself, Dr. Huxtable. We have, in fact, advanced some way. I can, for example, describe to you in some detail what took place at this school on that fateful night. Also the behavior of your excellent and faithful German master.
Faithful Heidegger? What, sir?
Herr Heidegger retired to his room soon after 11 o'clock. He was the duty master that night. Now my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson, will impersonate. Heidegger has still 2 hours' work ahead of him, and it's been a long day. He allows himself the comfort of removing his jacket. He moves across to the chest by the door and pours himself a glass of sherry. Badly needed fortification for the task that lies ahead. He collects the candle and moves to his desk to correct 22 exercise books, which contain not only grammatical exercises, but also a lengthy composition. You see my point, Dr. Huxtable. It would have been well after midnight if he had done nothing else. When his candle fails him. The candles are kept in the chest by the door. He rises from the desk to fetch another one, but he cannot see to find them. So he turns to the window to draw the curtains to see better by the moonlight. Across the rooftops in the gate tower, the boy has been waiting for darkness, knowing that his flight must not be observed. Herr Heidegger watches as the boy hurries across the leads to keep his prearranged meeting by the river. Sensing the enormity of what was taking place, Heidegger runs to the door, knocking over what remains of his glass of sherry as he goes.
I see. Thank you. It seems I misjudged him.
The wisdom of his choice to pursue the boy is questionable. I believe his fate may be sealed.
You allow me, Mr. Holmes? Do you mean...
I hope not, but if my reasoning is correct, then I do fear for him.
And the boy?
The key to that, Dr. Huxtable, remains out there. Beyond the Drover's Bridge.
Poor beast. Carrion crows.
They've earned their name.
So we're assuming the boy was taken away on horseback, are we not?
Certainly. Otherwise, Heidegger would not have needed a bicycle to pursue them.
But the only tracks we found are cattle hooves. Holmes? Holmes?
A track, Watson! A track!
A bicycle?
Certainly a bicycle. But not the bicycle. I'm familiar with 42 different impressions left by tires. This is a Dunlop with a patch upon the outer cover. Heidegger's tires were Palmer's. This is not Heidegger's track.
Oh. Whose then?
Whose indeed? Watson. These are Palmer tracks. Heidegger has been this way.
Absolutely extraordinary. Dunlop tracks for 150 yards. They vanish. And Palmer tracks quite clear, leading to these rocks. They vanish too. Not a sign of a horse anywhere.
Watson, you have a blazing talent for observing the obvious.
Should have bought some luncheon. Anyway, what was Herr Heidegger cycling after? Cows? Presumably they didn't abduct the child on the back of a cow.
All traces of horses obliterated. And much evidence the two bicycles have vanished into thin air.
Impossible.
Precisely. It is impossible as we have stated it. Therefore, in some respect, we must have stated it wrong.
Ah. There's a hostelry marked on the further edge of the moor. Holmes? There's a hostelry on the Chesterfield Road. Yes, if we keep on this line, we should come up to it. Well, that's where I'm going to try my luck. I'm hungry. Holmes.
Lunch! Of course, my dear fellow, you must be starving. Now, observe that map. You will see that there is a hostelry about 3 miles in this direction. We'll need some food if we're going to face the Duke of Holderness later.
Nothing? Nothing. I must tell His Grace.
Nothing?
Nothing. I'm sorry.